What's up, everybody? How's it going? Everyone hear me okay? See, there's a few people on right now. Anybody out there? Can you guys hear me? Hey, Jonathan, what's up, man? How you doing? Carl, what's up? B, loud and clear. Thank you very much. We got 10 on. I'm just going to give it about just a few minutes. How's the video quality? It seems like I'm lagging a little bit or something. I don't know. Or like it's the frame rate's off or something. Hey, Ken, what's up, man? Canada, welcome. Checkered Flag Raceway, how you doing? I'm doing good. Thanks for asking. Good. Okay, thanks, Harvey. Looks good to me. Okay. If you're good, I'm good. All right, well, we got 11 on right now. Your voice is not synced. Okay, let me try something here. Yeah, that was much worse. Okay, if you can hear this, I'll be right back. I'm just going to restart this. I don't know why it's so glitchy like this, but let me see if I can fix it. Hold on, don't leave. Okay. This seems better. I'm not sure if it's my internet or what. I've done this a bunch of times. It's never happened before. But anyway, All right, well, let's go ahead and get started. We're about 6 minutes after 1. I appreciate everyone joining the stream here today. I really appreciate it. Thanks for joining. Hey, let's give a laser away today, right? We've been waiting a while for this, so I'm really happy that everyone's here. Um, I'll give it a few minutes. I want to do the giveaway like pretty soon because I don't want to waste anyone's time. I want to make sure that we do this because I know a lot of the people here are here to see if they want or not. So I'm just going to give that about 5 minutes or so before we actually do that giveaway. And then if anyone else wants to hang out and talk lasers or business or anything like that, then I'll stick around, of course. So all right, so it's okay, Johnny. You didn't miss much. You just missed all the technical difficulties, I think. But thanks for joining us. Where's everyone from? Hey, what's up, Cliff? How you doing? Going to watch the replay, but I will add, please do more Aurora videos. Okay, well, there's the Aurora behind me right there. Um, if you're still on, Cliff, which Aurora are you looking for? The fiber or the UV? Because I have the UV, and I love it, but it's, I mean, it's great. I can't say enough about it. But let me know which one you're looking at. Austin, Texas. Wisconsin. Okay, cool. What's up, Harvey? Hey, Johnny. North Carolina. Mark, how you doing, man? Louisville, Kentucky. All right, cool. Ray, what's up? Minnesota. Alabama. What's up, Howard? South Carolina. South Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Cool. Hey, Carl, what's up? Texas. So, Cliff, looking at the fiber, so the Aurora Lights or the 8. Okay, cool. So you're looking to do metal then, right? Checkered flag, Kansas. Hey, man. Hey, thanks a lot, Johnny. I really appreciate that. Just trying to do the best I can over here. All right, so what's everyone working on out there? What are you guys doing? Anyone have any questions about anything? Lasers, business, laser business, CNCs? You know, what are you guys working on? Let me know. Hey, Richard. Virginia Beach. Welcome. Like I said earlier, if anyone is just joining us, we're just going to give it a couple minutes. I want to get right into the laser giveaway. I want to give away that diode laser. I don't want to waste anyone's time. I know it's Saturday. Everyone's got a lot to do, so I want to go ahead and get that going first. And then, of course, if anyone wants to hang out and continue chatting, I'm totally down for that. Thanks a lot, Howard. I really appreciate that. Like I said, just trying to do the best I can, trying to think of things that people want to watch and trying to figure out like how I can help other people. So it's tough, but I appreciate the compliment. Thank you very much. So Johnny, you're working on coffin light boxes. Cool. So Halloween stuff, right? Yeah, Harvey too. Halloween projects. What are you specifically working on? Carl's working on Christmas ornaments. Yeah, I mean, hey, Q4, right? Like, I mean, this is the time. So Christmas is right around the corner. You know, if you want to get into that type of thing, like the ornaments or really any holiday stuff, Thanksgiving, Christmas, of course, now is the time. If you're not working on it, you need to get started right away. So Jonathan, you just did 2 plaques on the diode. Okay, cool. Moving to do my first earrings. Awesome. What diode laser are you running, Jonathan? Checkered flag. Raceway's working on some canvas prints, trophies for our racetrack. Awesome. Like I've never done any canvas prints before, but I know trophies. Like we do a lot of awards and trophies. Like that stuff is so big, and I don't know, it's never going away. Like they've been doing trophies forever, right? And like, using lasers to make them. I mean, there's just so many different things that you can do with them. I think that's a really great thing to do. So Johnny, you need to get a great laser. My Frankenstein one is not that good. One day I will be able to do bigger things or projects. Well, what's up with this Frankenstein laser? I'd like to hear about that. Bigger items. Gotcha. Ah, the Lasermatic. That thing's awesome. I don't have one, but I've heard really good things and I've seen really good things. So that's a good choice right there. All right, Ken, what are you working on? You've been doing some pet headstones. Oh, awesome. On the CO2. On a Corion. Oh, that's cool. I've never done Corion before, so is that similar to, I mean, I know what it is. It's like I don't know, I guess like the man-made stone countertops. But can you get that in like the black so it looks like the granite too? Is that what you're trying to do also? Or is that what you're working on? Because I don't know if anyone's seen, I did a video, I don't know, a few weeks ago about doing pet memorials using the CO2, and I was using actual granite, the black granite. So I've never used Corian before, but that could be a good option, especially scraps, right? Renato, what's up? How you doing? Where are you from? Where's everyone from? I know there's some new people joining us, so if you haven't shouted out already, let me know where you're checking in from. Carl, you got two rollies, the Mark One and the Mark Two. So you got the original, and then the XW is the extra large one, right? And Johnny, you got the Aetzer P10 frame. Oh, okay, so that's the Frankenstein, right? So you've got excuse me, the Aetzer P10 frame with a Acmer 10 watt. Okay. Hey Howard, so you're new to lasers and just starting on coasters. Do lots of 3D work. Oh, cool. So what, like 3D laser work, like in with the fiber, or like 3D height maps, or what do you mean by 3D? Like layering different, I don't know, layering different layers of wood, or what do you mean by that? That sounds cool. Very similar as granite, but less power. I've only worked on white. Oh, okay. So that's the Corian. Now, if you're using the white or like whitish color Corian, like how does that engrave? What color does that engrave? Just out of curiosity. Or do you like, excuse me, do you paint fill it or something like that? Or how does that work out on the light colors? I've never done that before. Hey, Renato. Okay, cool. Arizona. All right. It's got to be hot out there. It's kind of, I'm in California if you don't know, but we've had a little bit of a heat wave this last week, and I'm in my garage, of course, right now, and it's not too bad, but it's like about 90 in here right now, so I've got a little bit of a swamp cooler on me. Hope it's not making too much noise, but that's making it bearable, so I'm not just like sweating all over the computer right now. Oh, that's interesting. So it's white, but when you engrave it, it turns black. So interesting. Ah, Howard, 3D printing. Okay, gotcha. Coasters, Halloween, and Christmas offerings. Yep. Like I said before, now's the time for that. And Renato, so you're mostly into 3D printing, new to lasers. Okay, well, a lot of parallels there between the two. I mean, it's a 3D printer is a CNC too, right? So like, there's a lot of similarities. So you have a little bit of a leg up if you know 3D printers really well. You should be able to jump into lasers, no problem. And you have, okay, the Falcon Pro 2 60 watts still in the box, making room for it. All right. So that's a lot of diode laser right there. That's pretty cool. I've used the 20 watt Falcon Pro, but which is awesome. I like the 20 watt diodes. I think that, like I said before, if you've watched any of my videos, I think the 20 watts are like just a really perfect laser. But the 60, I mean, not to knock that at all. I mean, you're definitely going to get a lot of cutting power out of that. So if you're looking to cut, either the 40 or the 60 watt is going to be the money right there. I know. Look, I'm just complaining. Look, I know it's like I've got it pretty good right now. I've really got it good. But Central Texas, yeah, 90 degrees is like nothing. So I'm just crying over here. Don't pay any attention to me. I'm just being a baby. So Johnny, you want to say that you're trying to save up to buy 100 watt plus CO2? Yeah, I mean, I love CO2s. I've got a bunch of them. I mean, really. So all lasers have their place, right? Like they all do different things. There's not one perfect laser for every single type of medium or project that you're trying to work on, right? So like, diodes are cool. Diodes have their place. I love how detailed you can get with diodes, especially like a 10 or 20 watt with photos or different engravings. You're not going to get much cutting power out of them. You still can cut, but um, it's not their forte, I guess. And then you're going to get into all the different types of CO2s, whether it's an RF tube or glass tube, anywhere from 60 to 150 watts. I mean, those are going to be awesome cutting machines and pretty good engraving, especially the RF tubes. I mean, they're going to engrave like really awesome. That's what I have in the bolt series. I have 3 bolts, and I really can't say enough about the RF tube. So if anyone is interested in that, let me know in the comments. We can chat about those because I have a lot to say about that. But again, you have your galvo lasers too, right? So you have your UV galvo, you have your fiber galvo, and your CO2 galvo. They all do different things. Not one laser is perfect for everything, so keep that in mind. So, okay, we got 19 in here right now. I think everyone's pretty much checked in here. Um, what do you say? What you want to give away the laser right now? You want to do it now? Let me know. So RF tube, that's the radio frequency CO2 metal tube. We'll talk about that in a little bit, Ken. Could definitely go on and on about that. Yeah. I I I thought you guys might agree with that. Let's go ahead and give away the laser, huh? Okay, so let me get this set up here. So again, so the rules for the contest, everyone watched the video, you commented the special word, which was focus. Yeah, we had about 150 entries, so pretty good odds. You do not have to be present for this stream to win, but I hope one of you guys or girls out there wins. I hope one of you guys that are on the stream win, please. But you don't have to be present to win, so I'm going to draw one name from those comments. And what you're going to want to do is email me. So I got my email going down on the bottom of the screen, brett@arcshop.us. So if you're the winner, go ahead and email me and say, hey, I'm the winner. And I'm going to give you further instructions on what to do next, just so I can verify that it's really you. And I'll go ahead and get that thing sent out. You can say that again. Definitely good odds here. Okay, so let me go ahead and share my screen here. Okay, So I've already got this set up in here. I am going to go ahead and click this button to pick a winner. Let's see who it's going to be. Ready? Lori Brooks 6736. Lori Brooks. Go ahead and write that down here. All right, congratulations, Lori. We go ahead and get back here. Let me remove this. All right, I think we're back. Sorry, technical difficulties live, right? All right, so congratulations, Lori. You're not on here, are you? I don't think so. I didn't see you earlier. All right, well, hey, if you're watching this in the future, Lori, please go ahead and get in contact with me. Email me at brett@arcshop.us, and I'll go ahead and get that sent out to you after some verification stuff. But if I don't hear back, I'm going to say I'm going to give this like 3 days. No, I'll give it 4 days. Okay. If I don't hear back, we'll do this again, and we'll try again. And I want to make sure that, this goes to someone that really wants it. So if Lori does not contact me in 4 days, I'll go ahead and we'll jump on live again. We'll just do a quick giveaway and we'll try again. Okay. So congratulations. Okay. So as a way to say thank you to everyone that's here right now, I think we should do another giveaway, right? So I got some material packs. Have you guys seen this video I did about this 1/8 inch MDF core plywood that I use a lot of? So if you haven't watched that video, make sure you go check it out after this. But this is 1/8 inch MDF. So it's nice and thin, yet still substantial enough, especially when you layer it. But it's got real hardwood veneer on it. So this is the walnut version. This is your maple. And this is white oak. So, if you're into doing ornaments or earrings, jewelry, anything like that, especially for the holidays, this stuff works awesome. It's great for like table markers, like wedding stuff. I make a lot of signs with it because if you layer it, you're adding 2 or 3 layers, so you're at about a 1/2 inch thickness, so it makes a really good sign or award or something like that. So it's really cool stuff. Let's go ahead and give away a sample pack right now. So it comes with 1 sheet of each. If you could, yeah, that's right, Harvey, you're exactly right. So 1/8 inch is really easy to cut with any laser. I cut this on my diode lasers all the time. You're running about like 8-9 millimeters a second at 100% power. But it cuts really, really great. So let's go ahead and give away a pack right now. Okay, so do me a favor in the comments, go ahead and comment hashtag sample, SAMPLE, hashtag sample. That's going to enter you into the drawing. Okay, only type it in once because if you spam it or whatever, it doesn't give you multiple entries. But Just type it in once, hashtag sample, and that will enter you in the drawing. I'll take a couple more questions right here while people are doing that. If you ask a question before and I didn't get to it, maybe I didn't see it or something like that, go ahead and ask it again. But I'll give a couple minutes here, 2 or 3 minutes, so we can get everyone entered into the drawing. So while we're waiting for everyone to type in hashtag sample for this material pack giveaway, anyone else have any other questions? Go ahead and look back here in the comments. I might have missed something as I was rambling on. Okay, so you also have an Elegoo, what the heck is that? Fecta? Elegoo Fecta 20-watt diode laser? I've never even heard of that before. I've heard of Elegoo. I think I have like a webcam or something that's made by them. But I've never heard of that diode laser before. Hey, thanks a lot, Harvey. You know what? Yeah. If you haven't already liked this stream, go ahead and do that now as well while we have a spare second. It really does help kind of push out all of the stuff that I'm trying to do here to new people. So if you haven't liked this video already, please like it right now. And if you're not subscribed, go ahead and subscribe too. But I'm pretty sure everyone here is subscribed, right? But thanks a lot, Harvey. Sometimes I forget to say that. I don't like to ask for that kind of stuff a lot, but I mean, you kind of, I don't know, you kind of have to because, you know, people don't always remember. I know I don't when I'm watching streams. If I don't, you know, I'm just kind of watching, so kind of forget. So thanks a lot for bringing that up. Your life is your fault. Oh. Has anyone calibrated the F1 Ultra? I don't have one of those myself, but hey, I don't know. Maybe if anyone else in there in the chat here has that machine, go ahead and let us know. We'll talk about it. All right. Okay, so everyone I think has typed in hashtag sample. Hashtag sample. Last chance here. If you have not typed in hashtag sample, I'm giving away a material pack of 1/8" MDF core plywood. We have white oak, maple, and walnut for you to try. You win this sample pack, and I will get this sent out on Monday first thing. And again, don't forget to like this video. We should have at least like 20 likes, right? I mean, we've got 22 in the group right now, so. All right, let me go ahead and share my screen. Hopefully my computer does not blow up again. All right, so we got 17 entries. If anyone has not typed in hashtag sample, do so now. Last chance, last call, final warning. We got 17 entries for our sample pack of 1/8" MDF core plywood. All right, let's go ahead. Let's go ahead and draw. 18 entries, last call. Here we go. Here we go. Renato, all right. Congratulations. Let me see if I can get back here. Congratulations, Renato. You are the winner of a brand new 3-pack sample pack of 1/8" MDF core plywood. Right here, I'm going to get that sent on Monday. And Ken, you ask a really good question. Where is that sample pack available for purchase? So in my videos, I have a link to my Etsy shop, or you could just search on Etsy for Brett's Laser Garage. I sell this in 5 packs, 10 packs, 15 packs. I sell the sample packs as well if you're interested. But also, you know, if you're if you're in your local area and you have a hardwood dealer or a cabinet supply shop, maybe take a look. I mean, it just depends on where you live. how available that stuff is. But you know, you can always take a look there and try to buy a, you know, 4x8 sheet. But if you don't want to mess with the 4x8 sheet and cut it down and, you know, drive to the store, or maybe you don't have it in your area, I offer it, so you can always get it on my Etsy shop. And I forgot to mention too that this is cut at about 11 3/4 by 19 inches, so it fits in, you know, all your standard diode lasers, CO2 lasers, whatever. I mean, I use this material, or this size anyway, really for all of my lasers. I mean, even my Bolt Pro 32, which is a 20 by 32 inch bed, like I still use that size pretty much. I don't really cut specific material for that machine, because I find it's just easier with what we do, just to work with this size, because it fits in all the machines, all the bolts. You know, it fit in my Monport 80 watt, CO2, like everything. So I find it to be a good size. All right, so let's see if we have any questions here that I missed while I was looking at that, or when I was trying to do the giveaway there. Um, yeah, Carl. I mean, totally. Like I have a couple videos where I've done ornaments. If you look back at some of my older videos when I did some diode stuff, like the Algo Laser 22 watt alpha, I did a few Christmas ornaments for that, like some, and some back to school stuff. And this is pretty much what I use for everything. So Jonathan, okay, what do you think? What do you think will be an intro fiber? I'm looking to expand beyond the diode. Well, I would say that any diode, or excuse me, any fiber laser that's going to be in like the 20 watt, 30 watt range is going to be like your introduction to fiber lasers. And you know, it could be really any manufacturer, right? So like I have a Monport GI 60, so that's a 60 watt MOPA, but you know, the Thunder Aurora Light is a new addition that's a 50 watt, but it's a different source, so it's a little bit less expensive than maybe the Aurora 8. So it doesn't have the JPT7 source on it, but it's still, you know, really nice. You know, the OM Tech, Com Marker, like any of those 20 watt ranges, like are going to be good to get into it. Now, the thing is, you just kind of have to like ask yourself, like, what do you want to use it for? What are you trying to do? What's your goal? Like, are you trying to sell products? Are you trying to, you know, as a side hustle, sell stuff? Or are you just using it as a hobby machine? Like, you need to try to figure out what you want to use the machine for. And that goes for really any laser that you're trying to buy. So it's hard to say, like, what's a good one. But if you let me know kind of what you're looking to do, we can explore that a little bit more. So this is a good question. What's up, Adam? It's good to see you back. Um, how does the Thunder laser really compare to the Monport? Well, I see you have another follow-up question here. I have the 80 watt Monport laser. Is the Thunder really that much better? Short answer, yes. Night and day, hands down, better. But that's not to say that the Monport 80 watt is not a good machine, because I had that for a couple years. I recently just sold that to make some more room in here. So I don't have it anymore. But the 80 watt Monport is a great machine. But you know, you're saying the Thunder, so I'm assuming you mean the Bolt series, because that's what I have. But Thunder also has the Nova series, which is their glass tube CO2 lasers. And those are going to be pretty comparable to the Monport. They're going to be going a little bit faster. They're, you know, they've got awesome tech support. Monport does not. So that's not even in the same ballpark. But the machine itself is fairly similar. The Monport is just not going to be built quite as well as the Thunder, so it's not going to be able to go as fast. And of course, like I said, you have the Thunder user support as well. That's really awesome. But if you're referring to the Bolt specifically, it's quite a bit of a difference because the Bolt has the RF tube, so the radio frequency tube. It's not a glass, big long glass CO2 tube. It's still a CO2 tube, but it's an RF metal tube, so it's a lot smaller. It's air cooled, so you don't use a chiller. But the biggest difference with the RF tube and the glass tube is going to be your dot size. So you're going to have just a way smaller dot size. It's kind of like using, so like if I would say like if the Monport or any other 80 watt or 100 watt glass tube CO2 is going to be like the dot size is going to be like a Sharpie. Okay, if you imagine a Sharpie, like a regular fat tip Sharpie. So, and if you're drawing with that Sharpie, you can only get so much detail out of it. But when you go to the RF tube and you decrease that spot size, you're going to be looking at like the fine point Sharpie, the really fine point on that thing. So you can get a lot more detail out of it. And the bolts are just going to run a lot faster as well. Their acceleration, regular bolt has a 3G acceleration, so how quickly it moves left to right, basically how fast it accelerates. And the Bolt Pro is a 5G acceleration, so the thing just cooks. I mean, it's so fast, so much faster. So if you have any other questions, let me know. But that's really the basics between the two. Of course, you're going to have quite a bit of a price difference between the two of them. I mean, the RF tubes are not cheap, but Thunder is one of the only manufacturers that's really selling a lot of the RF tubes right now. Eon and the big boys, of course, do it as well, but they're quite a bit more expensive. So Thunder is really the only one that's bringing in like an affordable RF tube. So I really like them. I just, not having to deal with the chiller is a big deal too. So they're air cooled, like I said. That's just one less thing that you need to worry about. So let me know, Adam, if you have any other questions, anything else specific about the Bolt. Or if you're talking about the Novas. I don't have a Nova, but I know about them, so you could ask me any questions. Jonathan, I would love to make metal, okay, like in coins, competition medals. Good. I had to pass on a job for a church. Yeah. That's the bread and butter for fiber lasers. That's a lot of what I do with mine, besides doing tumblers like this. This one I did on my CO2 actually, but I do the same thing on the MOPA as well. I like doing little tumblers and like these 20-ounce tumblers on the MOPA. It's a little bit more well, it's a lot more forgiving doing them on a CO2 because the CO2 laser is not going to engrave into the metal. So like if you don't get your settings right on the fiber, it's actually going to anneal or engrave into the metal, so that's going to ruin your job. But if you get the settings right and you defocus a little bit, helps. It'll just engrave the powder coating off, and it does it pretty quick. So I do like popping them on my Monport back here. I just pretty much keep that rotary attached to it all the time. But again, the 20 watt fiber is going to be really good for making coins. As you go up in wattage, the biggest thing that you're going to notice and the biggest thing that's going to change is actually how fast you can engrave something. So a 20 watt fiber with like a Raycus source, so like your lower end source, will still do pretty much what the 60 watt or 100 watt JPT source is going to do, with the exception of the MOPA settings, so like your Q pulse and different frequency ranges that you can get out of it. But it's pretty much going to do the same thing as far as like a brass coin is concerned. But the higher the wattage you go, the faster you're going to be doing something. So if you're doing a 3D coin on a 20 watt fiber, it's probably going to take it'll probably take an hour to do a nice 3D coin just of engraving time. But on the 60 watt that I have, like it takes about 30 minutes to do a 3D coin. Here. I have one here. I don't know if this is going to come out, but So this is just like a little test, just a sample thing I did here, but it's kind of hard to get it close. But this is a 3D coin, brass. This took about 25 minutes. It's only an 1.25 inch coin, so it's kind of a smaller one, but um, the 20 watt will still do that. It'll just take longer, I guess is my point. But, if you're just looking to mark the coins, okay, so like on a brass coin, for example, like this is a 3D height map, a STL file. Okay, so like it's actually doing 256 passes on this to get this depth out of it. But if you just want to like mark your coins, like um, competition medal or something, like first place in the event, the 5K run or something like that, like again with the 20 watt, like that'll be really fast. I mean, that you have to get your settings down if you want like a nice black engraving on brass or whatever color you're looking for. You'll just have to play around with the settings, but that's like a 2 or 3 minute job at the most. Like marking them is really fast. So if you're just looking to do that, a 20 watt will definitely be right up your alley. So you just kind of have to weigh like what your budget is versus what you're trying to do. And the 20 watt, 20, 30 watt fibers have come down in price so much lately. Like the fibers have been so popular. Like you can get, a Monport or Omtech or like I think Commarker or gosh, I don't know. I can't remember the other brands, the lower end brands, but they're $2,000. I mean, maybe 1,500 for some of them that are 20 watts. So then of course Xtool has their Ultra, so that's a 20 watt. I don't know what source that is. I'm not sure how they rate that, but I don't think it's a JPT7. But that's quite a bit more. But you're getting what you're paying for is it also has the blue diode feature in it as well. So it's two machines in one, and of course it's like you're using creative space, so it's a little bit, I guess, tailored to be a little bit more user friendly. But not to say that the other brand fibers are hard to use. I mean, they're very easy, especially with all the YouTube videos and stuff out there that teach you how to use them. So, all right, hey Ken, thanks a lot for joining us. Let's do another giveaway. Let's give away one more pack. How about that? If you are just joining us, let's give away another sample pack of 1/8 inch MDF core plywood. This is white oak, maple, and walnut. Just type in hashtag sample in the comment section or in the chat. If you already typed it in, you don't need to type it in again. But I'll give everyone just a minute here, because most everyone in here has already gone ahead and typed it in. So, all right, let's answer another question while we're waiting. If you're just joining us, type in hashtag sample. Okay. How much was the bolt? Also the size. My Monport is in my garage and I need to figure out a good way to heat it in the winter so the laser will work. I didn't know the bolt wouldn't need a chiller. Okay, so the bolts, so there's a bunch of different lines of the bolt machine. So now there's the regular bolt is about $5,500 to your door. That's the standard, the original bolt. I have two of those. And they're great. They also added a couple other, I guess there's a couple variations of that machine. So I can't remember what they call them. It's the Bolt Pro, I think. So, or gosh, I don't remember. You have to look on their Thunder Laser USA website. But they have another machine it's like around the 7,000 range, and that is pretty much the same thing as the original Bolt, but it offers a dual stage air assist and a little bit higher wattage tube. And then they have the Bolt Pro 22, which is a 20 by 22 inch bed, I believe. You have to double check that, but a little bit bigger. Again, you have your dual air assist. That one's like in the $10,000 range. And then the Bolt Pro 32, which is I have that one as well. That is their top model. It's got a 55 watt RF tube, 20 by 32 inch bed, and that one's $15,000. So They're not cheap, definitely not cheap. This is kind of the higher tier laser. I run a business full time. My wife is running our business full time. I help her out. I have a full time job myself too, but I help her out. So we run a business. So we just, we really came to appreciate the Thunder Laser line just because of the speed. I mean, we're doing things that it used to take us 30 to 40 minutes to engrave one of our projects on the Monport, but um, now that we're using the Bolt series, they're taking 20 minutes, 15 minutes. So it's or more than half, more than 100% faster. So for us, being able to run that much more jobs is really important. So that's why the price is higher, but I also think it's worth it too. Now, it's not for everybody. I mean, but it's definitely up there. And, there's a lot more expensive machines. I mean, the Eon lines is going to be way more. So the Thunder really has just a great offering, in my opinion. But if you're looking at the Epilogue series, Boss Laser has a bunch of high-end machines like that too, but you're talking 20, 30, $40,000 range, 50,000 plus. So in my opinion, the Bolts really just hit that sweet spot of, it's an industrial machine, yet it doesn't have that super high industrial price, although they are expensive, but it's not 50 grand. So the other machine is the Bolt Plus. That's what it was. They have a Plus, the Bolt Plus, and then the Bolt Pro. So yeah, thanks a lot. They take a lot of practice. I'm not a coin expert by any means. Not even close. Especially 3D coins. But what we do a lot of is what I was saying earlier, not the 3D engravings. I do those for fun and I like doing them, but I like doing the marking of coins for like sports awards and stuff like that. First place, second place, third place, whatnot. We do a lot of that. So keep researching. I mean, the technology is always moving super fast too, right? So like a year from now, there's gonna be a lot different machines out there, and the prices are definitely coming down as well. Okay, so let's give away that sample pack. Where is my giveaway tool? There we go. All right, here we go. We got 18 entries. Let's draw again. Your life is your fault. You still around? You were here early. You got to be present to win this one here. Yeah, all right, he's back. Okay, cool. All right. So, Renato, excuse me, and your life is your fault. Please make sure to email me right away or after the stream here. Let me go ahead and remove this. So my email is going around on the bottom here, brett@arcshop.us. I will also leave that like in the notes or in the I guess the description of the video, or maybe I'll do like a pinned comment listing the winners. That's what I'll do. So, and I'll also leave that info, my email address there. So shoot me an email and we'll go through some verification stuff and I'll get your address and I'll send those right out. So who else has questions? What are we working on other than some Halloween stuff? Anyone else doing anything new? Let me see if I missed any comments here too. All right. So Renato, you're thinking about getting a fiber as well. Cool. I gotta say, like, this is again like just a totally different class of laser. But as far as Galvo is concerned, I really like the UV laser back here. And that's just because like we started doing in our business a lot of glass. And I don't know if anyone in here does glass, let me know, but glass you can do on the CO2 lasers. It just does not, in my opinion, like the UV just does it so much cleaner, crisper. It gives that really nice frosted look. So like I have some samples here that I did. If you want to check them out, like see if this will focus, but so we've been doing a lot of glassware, and just having this Aurora 8 UV behind me has just really accelerated our business. I've been making a lot of samples and giving away and trying to get new glassware jobs and all the different things that are associated with glassware. Like it's really helped out a lot. I mean, you can do glass with the CO2. I've never myself perfected it, but I just found it to be so much easier on the UV and also give just like that nice frosted look as well. So this machine back here has been really good. And the cool thing about the UV laser also is it's not just for glass. I mean, it pretty much does everything. It'll do wood, it'll do metal, plastics. Now, it's not going to engrave deep into metal like the fiber laser will, but it'll mark metal. So if you're looking to do coins or like awards or something like that, it really will do a good job with that. Or leatherette, it's there's a lot that you can do with the UV laser. So I'll be definitely making a video about that in the future, just kind of like how we're using it and what we think about it. But they're not cheap either. I mean, the UVs, they've been coming down a little bit, but it's still kind of like one of the newer things out there, at least like popularity wise. Like they're not super popular, so that the prices haven't really been coming down that much. So David, you're doing white tile engraving. What are you engraving on tile? What are you specifically doing? So I know, let's see, we got 14 left in the chat. I know a few of you have diode lasers. A few have mentioned you have CO2 lasers. What else do you guys have? Let me know. Anyone have CNCs? You want to talk CNCs? Or are we all into lasers here? Only lasers. We can look back to see if I missed anything. So if you're just joining us, I'm not sure if anyone's new here, but we gave away the Woxcker L8 Max diode laser earlier, and the winner of that was Lori Brooks 6736. And I'm going to go ahead and make sure that all the winners here today are in the comment section or the pinned comment section of this video. So if you've won something, either the laser or the material packs, go ahead and shoot me an email at brett@arcshop.us, and I'll make sure that stuff gets sent out to you. As far as the diode laser is concerned, Lori, you got 4 days to go ahead and get a hold of me. So I'm going to leave it till Wednesday. If Lori does not contact me by then, we're going to go ahead and pick a new winner. So it may not be over yet. So Johnny, you have the Jimitsu 4030 with a 4040 bed and the 2.2 kilowatt spindle. Okay, cool. I have the Fox Alien back here. That's kind of in the same ballpark as the Jimitsu. I just put the extension kit on it, so it's 400 millimeters deep and 800 millimeters wide. So that's pretty cool. I got a little sign project on it right now. I'm actually going to be releasing a video on that, I think tomorrow. I'm going to finish up recording some of the speaking parts about it, and probably after this stream. But I like the Fox Alien stuff, and the Jimitsu is really similar to it's kind of the same type of class of machine. So you can do a lot of cool stuff with them. I'm a Shapeoko guy. I love my 2x4 Shapeoko 5 Pro. That's the machine I use for production stuff. I don't do like, or I guess we don't do a lot of like CNC products, but I do have a few that we sell. And I make the wasteboard kit for it. We're selling a few of those every week. So we're really thankful about that. But we also have a few other items that we specifically CNC with the laser, like, excuse me, CNC with the router. And we do a lot of like a ward blank stuff that's like 1/2 inch material, 3/4 inch material, just stuff that's not really efficient to cut with the lasers really that we have anyway. And so we like using the Shapeoko a lot. So Steve, you fell into the rabbit hole, or I fell into this rabbit hole a year ago and was going to get a CNC, but ended up with a diode and love it. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure someday you'll get into a CNC router, but you got to pick one at first to get into. I myself got into CNC routers first and then got into the laser game with the diode laser. But so yeah, the Masuder Pro belt driven. Yeah, I just put it up for sale. It's too small for my flag belts. Yeah, that's why I have the Masuder 3S here behind me. And with that extension kit, you can definitely get into the flag business. So that's why it's really nice, because the 400 by 400 is like what, 15 inches square or something like that. So now we're about 15 inches deep by 30. It's like 31 or so inches wide. So you can definitely get into the flags. I used to do a lot of flags myself on the Shapeoko. It's a really good beginner project. They're always really popular to sell if you're looking to make a little bit of side money. Everyone loves them. I mean, I sold a lot of those in my day, but so your life is your fault. You have the P2 and the F1 Ultra, and you're brand new. Cool. Well, thanks for joining us, and congratulations again on winning the material. That'll be perfect for your P2. So you got the P2, and the new one dropped, and yours is still in the box. That's kind of like an X-Tool thing. Yeah, they like to drop new stuff all the time, but honestly, if I were you, I wouldn't worry too much about it, other than it kind of sucks because you probably could have gotten a little bit of a better deal on your P2, but I don't know. There's not that many differences with the P2S. Is that what yeah, P2S? A little bit, but I mean, the wattage is the same. Apparently, it's a little bit faster for some reason. I'm not sure how they're getting more speed out of it, but if it's just a software thing. It's got the different, let's see, like a beefed up exhaust, which is cool. But you can always get a new fan for yours, an AC Infinity or something, an inline fan. It's got the upgraded air assist too. So, air assist is a big deal. Like, even with the Thunders that I have, like, I still, use an air compressor with them, because it's always good to just beef up that airflow, especially with cutting. Well, really for cutting. I mean, you don't want to be running air really for engraving, but just a little bit coming out just to keep the lens clean and stuff like that. But the upgraded air assist is a pretty cool feature on the P2S. But I don't know what else. I think that's pretty much it that's different with it. But get it out of that box, man. What are you waiting for? Yeah, of course they're not going to return it. So it almost happened with the F1 Ultra, too low. So there's that 1-0. What are you making with the F1? What are you trying to do with the Ultra? And with those two machines, I mean, you're on your way, that's for sure. So you have a CO2 and a fiber and a blue light diode. I mean, that's a lot of machine power right there. You can do a lot of different stuff with that. Anyone here selling stuff? I mean, you guys just have any questions about how to make sales? Or, I mean, I'm no expert, but just anything related to business or, kind of production stuff. And what materials do you guys like to use? Mostly wood, acrylic on CO2s, or metal? I know some guys are looking for fibers. I'll go back and look to see if I missed anything too. Ah, okay. I asked you this, Renato, earlier. So the Eligu, Elgu. I'd never seen that, but if it's a Kickstarter, I wonder if it did it actually take off, or did it kind of, is it done now? Well, what else is everyone up to? Again, side hustle stuff, trying to make a full-time go of this, just hobby stuff. I mean, what are we looking at here? Us personally, like I said, we have a full-time business. My wife does laser engraving full-time every day of the week. She runs our business, and I help her out. Like my side of the business is mostly like content creation stuff. So YouTube, specifically. If you're new around here, I try my best to make, you know, videos showing off products and reviewing products that you might want to pick up, just trying to give my take on what's good and what's bad about them. Also, I like to try to do project videos, like show you actually how these machines work, like in a kind of a real world scenario, because I always found that, like, when I was researching different stuff, CO2 lasers and specifically, like a lot of times, you'd see the unboxing video, and that was cool. I used to like watching those a lot, and I still do, because I like to know kind of what to expect when you're buying something. But a lot of the videos would kind of stop at the unboxing, and then you wouldn't really see how it's used or how fast it runs, or what people are actually making with them. So I'm trying to make more videos like project based, like this is what you can do with X machine or Y machine. So I have some new stuff coming out like that. Um, I'm also trying to do a lot more like quick tip videos. So like I have my quick cut series where like I try to be around 5-6 minutes of like, hey, this is how you do something in Lightburn, or this is how you use Aura mask on the CNC. I have a few of those that I've still been working on, and they're like halfway done, on different topics like that. So I'm trying to kind of do more than that, or more on that side of things. I'm trying right now for like one video a week. I've been pretty good at that lately. Like I said, my video this week is going to be on the Fox Alien CNC behind me, the Masuder 3S extension kit that I just got. So that's kind of a little bit about me, if anyone's interested about what I'm doing around here with our business. But I do work full time in the construction business, so this is like, it's my wife's full time job, and I help her out, but um, I'm kind of on the side myself. So I know a lot about trying to do this as a side hustle, because that's how we started. I mean, we started like 4 years ago, basically making stuff out of our garage and selling it on, uh, Mercari was this little like app that we used to use to sell woodworking stuff. And, I've since transitioned kind of out of the woodworking realm, and kind of just dove head first into lasers, because I've really seen like just how much potential there is in this whole laser engraving business. I mean, there's just so many things that you can do aside from what we're doing. I mean, there's just so many different facets about what you can do. So what shipping and services are you guys using? So shipping is like my wife's like forte. Like, she is really good at it. I do not deal with that at all, really. Every once in a while I'll box up stuff and whatnot, but I usually end up doing it wrong, so she redoes it. But um, she ships a lot of her stuff just really through Etsy. So um, they make it pretty easy to get pretty good shipping rates. I would say more important than the service, I would say, is trying to get your packaging down like as small and as compact as you can and as light as you can too. Saving weight and saving overall sizing on your boxes is going to help lower shipping costs. Um, just from my view, that's really important. But there are different shipping sites like Shippo. Gosh, I don't know. Like I can't remember the other ones, but they do offer like discounted rates and stuff. But mainly we were shipping through Etsy. Stuff that we're doing like glassware and stuff, I'm really focusing on like business to business stuff around my local area, like breweries, corporations, stuff like that around, gosh, real estate offices, and restaurants, stuff like that. And we're actually delivering that. So that's working out pretty good. Trying to take out shipping, I think is important. I mean, it helps, but obviously when you're shipping things all across the United States, you're opening up that many more customers or potential customers that you can service. So you got to be able to ship for sure. So Steve, hobby only at this time. Not sure if I want to go to selling at this time. I have made things for fundraisers. That's cool too. I mean, that's how really I started as well. Just kind of doing hobby stuff, and you never know where that's going to take you. So, but overall, it's a great hobby to get into. And if you want to make Christmas gifts for your friends and family, you can do a lot. Hey, what's up? So, Jonathan, you're mostly working with plywood. Cool. MDF core is my favorite. Me too. So you're adventuring out in acrylic and Romark. I want to augment hat patches from leatherette with the Romark. Cool. Um, that's another really cool item that you could do. I mean, there's so much that you can make with Romark, which is, I guess if anyone doesn't know, it's if you look at like Johnson's Plastic Plus JPP.com, they sell that brand, I think, of it's kind of like plastic, but it's multi-layered. So like the outside may be black, but then as you get down a few thousandths of an inch or whatever, it'll be white or different color. I mean, they have all sorts of different colors, metallic versions, brass, brushed aluminum, just you name it, they have it in colors. So a lot of people use that for hat patches, like you're talking about. Um, and it's just a really versatile medium. You can make signs with it. They have an outdoor version, tons of different things. They make it look like wood in some cases. So that's cool. There's a lot that you can do with that. So I don't use it a lot myself. I've never really even used it personally. Actually, Romark do a lot of acrylic, a lot of clear acrylic ourselves here. Getting that nice frosted engraving on it looks cool, especially when you like put it on top of like the like if you're making an award or something, you use this and then put the acrylic on top of it, and it really makes the white part of it pop. So good thing to do for ornaments, Christmas ornaments. I mean, if you're running a CO2, obviously you can't do that with the diode, but CO2 guys will be able to do that. So what else is going on? Anyone else have any questions or any machine questions, business questions, material questions? Let me see. So we had a couple guys in here looking at CNCs or interested in CNCs. One thing that I'm going to be doing in the near future is making a whole series using the Masuder 3S CNC on just like beginner CNC projects, like, and really either maybe even using the Shapeoko 5 Pro, but um, going through, I have a couple or two or three of these videos on YouTube already, but like, how do you use the software? What post processor do you need? Um, you know, what are the speeds and feeds? What settings are you doing? Like, how do you find your XYZ 0 points? All that stuff. I'm trying to make kind of like a compilation of like beginner stuff with the CNC. So if anyone has any ideas or anything that you're looking for on that, let me know. Um, I think specifically when you're talking about beginner stuff, for me, it was all software stuff. So software, CAD, CAM, software. So like, especially on a machine like the Masuda 3S or the Jimitsu, someone else was talking about earlier. Um, you know, the biggest hurdle to get over, or the biggest like barrier to entry, I think, is the software, because the Shapeoko makes it really easy because you're using Carbide Create and Carbide Motion for the CAD and the CAM. But, when you're using other machines, especially the lower end desktop or the budget, I would say, not lower end, but the budget desktop machines like the Jimitsu or the Fox Alien style machines, the difference in those is not the build quality of the CNC itself, but it's actually the software. So you're using free software or you can use paid software with it as well. But, just kind of figuring out like what you're using, I think is the biggest barrier, because the Fox Alien, they don't have, or the Fox Alien does not have their own proprietary software. You're going out and you're using your CAD, whatever CAD software you want. So I use Carbide Create because I'm familiar with it. I have the pro version, so you're able to export your designs as G code and then run it through a post processor on the Fox Alien, which I use Universal G code sender to go ahead and run the jobs. But and we're back.